So you want to buy a tablet, but you barely have any cash. Hi everybody, it's the Glitterwrench, and today's video is going to be a technology video. I'm going to be talking about budget tablets. The budget tablet world is a huge, vast, swarming, consuming monster that is going crazy right now, and so all of these tips I developed to help you guys find something useful and at a good price, but without being too cheap. Tip number one is be modest in your expectations. You cannot get an iPad for $100 or $150. You have to be real. That's one of the first things to go in there, so make sure you're not trying to get something for nothing. Tip number two is know what you want. I'm a YouTube person, so when I'm not like outside or doing school or whatever, then I want to be watching videos, so I have to look for flash and a good processor, and here are some numbers that are standard for watching videos to make sure that it's running smoothly or whatever. And so know what you want when you're going in. Also, if you're a gamer, the budget tablet world is not so great. I'd say $100 to $150 is a better range for somebody who wants to be like playing a lot of games on their tablet. But you can definitely run Temple Run and Angry Birds and all those simple apps and whatever on these $100 and under devices that I've had experience with, so you're good to go. Tip number three is get educated about your device and about the tablet world. When you're going in to buy a high-end device, then the companies are more reputable, and so you can kind of trust what they say and just buy it. But in the budget tablet world, that is not true at all. You need to be very careful that you don't get cheapskated in terms of devices. So you need to learn about what does gigahertz mean, what does DDR3 RAM. You need to learn what some of those things mean, and if you guys want me to do another video on that, I will definitely do it. But so get educated about those types of specs and stuff so that you are going in with knowledge, and that will really make the whole budget world, easier to swim through. Tip number four is don't trust reviews so much on the websites. In the budget tablet world, that is not a good idea, because this is always what happens, I'm telling you. If you get a good device, you're like, yes, they did what I wanted them to do, I'm out of here, I'm not going to talk to nobody. Like, if you get something bad, then you go right back to Walmart or Target or whatever and write them a review telling them it's a waste of money trying to warn other customers or whatever. But when you're a consumer and you read all the good specs and the good things about the device and the reviews are really negative, you can be a little bit confused. So I would say go with the specs and go with YouTube reviews, because YouTube reviews you can actually really see what they're doing. Avoid too good to be true. That is not a good idea. If it's too good, if you think it's too good to be true, it is. So if it has like really crazy specs and it's Android 4.4.4 and it's $50, but that's not gonna work. You will be cheapskated. It's not gonna be what you expect. Sometimes, like, I've had a device where the software operating system was Jelly Bean, but it just the hardware and the device could not run the software so well, so you will run into that. So too good to be trues, always avoid them. My last tip, and tip number 6, is don't go on eBay to buy your stuff unless you really know what you're doing. I say this because eBay is really vast. They sell everything, and I'm not saying eBay's bad. I love eBay. I do. But it's got so much of everything on it that unless you really know what you're looking for, then you could very easily be cheapskated on eBay, because they're allowed to sell anything, So I would say go to a reputable company, do some research on the device that you want, and once you narrow it down to 1 or 2 devices, then go up on eBay looking for deals on that, and, on the specific device. Don't get into the trap of just typing tablet in eBay and, coming up with some stuff. Like, it's really hard to get good, solid research and stuff on those just generic eBay tablets. But go in with a specific idea of what you want, or you will get lost and maybe waste some money, because I might have done that. Anyhow, so those are all my tips. Tip number 1 is to have modest expectations going in. Tip number 2 is know what you want your device to do and do research on that. Tip number 3 is get educated, because it can be really confusing, all these numbers and means. You need to know what's what and what means what. And so tip number 3 is get educated. Tip number 4 is don't trust the reviews so much, because they can be really negative and somewhat confusing, so I would recommend YouTube reviews and doing your own research. Tip number 5 is avoid too good to be trues, because they're not, like, they are too good to be true, trust me. And number 6 is don't go using eBay for tablets unless you really know what you're looking for. Now, I have some recommendations that I have done research on and had experience with for you guys to try out, and these are all under $100, and they're all available on Walmart. And I will scoot over and put it over here, like the information about them floating right here. Recommendation number 1 is the Ivy CyberPad 754, because I have had that tablet myself and it worked really well. I broke it, but it was a really good device, and it handled the operating system. It pretty much did everything it was supposed to, so I would recommend that. I got that for $60 at Walmart, and I cracked the screen on it, so that's why I don't use it anymore, and that's why I'm looking for another device. My second recommendation is the device that I'm going to get maybe in the next week or so, and I'll have a review and a video on that in 2 or 3 weeks if you guys want it, but I'll probably do it anyway. So it's the Monster M7, and that's also at Walmart, and that's going to be $80, and the specs on it are pretty good, so I'm going to try that, and I would recommend that to you guys. And the last recommendation I have is the Nextbook 7, and this is a cheaper price, and it seems like it's really compatible with the Monster M7, but I'm not going to get it because it doesn't have 2 cameras, and I love cameras. So those are all the recommendations and all the tips about budget tablets. The budget tablet world is a huge, vast world, and I hope this video will help you guys get through it and get a good deal at the other end of the mountain. Thumbs up this video and leave requests for more videos, because I want to start having a better commitment to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to be trying to do more videos for you guys. So leave some requests below and comment on any of your questions that you have about budget tablets, and I'll be happy to answer them. So, bye.